Talk of the town. Talk of the town. Talk of the town.
Yo, just in case you've been wondering, who this lovely black woman been sitting with us, this is none other than poetess extraordinaire, Kupid! She might talk about this. She might talk.
You was jumping.
I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of Kupid.
I hope she might talk about children.
I'm honored.
You okay?
That's why you sit next
Jesus
to her.
Christ. You threw me off for that shit, nigga.
You
said, do you need a pillow on your lap?
I might. I think I'm gonna need two for this time.
He said I got a lot of dick. I'm gonna
Matter of
need
fact, give me a pillow cushion, nigga.
a seat cushion. Pull my car up in front of you.
It might want to lay down. You know what I'm saying? My shit might want to lay down. I love. Go ahead, Kupid. I'm ready.
Oh man,
Miss
yo,
Kupid.
you stupid
Yes.
man.
I'm glad you could join us today.
I'm glad to be here.
Quick question. How long have you been doing and writing and reciting your poetry?
I've been writing since grade school, like 4th or 5th grade. I got serious.
You weren't talking about the shit you was talking about.
No, but it was definitely different than like Roses Are Red, Violets Are Blue. When I got to college, I got serious about it. And then when I graduated and came back to Rochester, that's when I started performing.
Okay.
So,
Why'd you wait till you got back to Rochester to start performing?
well, I performed in college at different events or whatever, but I always wanted to create a basis for myself here. So I decided to start performing when I came home.
Okay.
So have you been trying to further it and take it elsewhere? Like that
Well,
poetry?
I'm gonna be featured in Canada in July. So I'm gonna go. It's up in Calgary, Alberta.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully by then I'll have at least a CD. And I'm working on my book right now. So I want to be at least published by the end of the year, but I want to have a CD out by July.
And when, like, as you perform poetry, what is the next level for a poet? Like, if you are striving to get
Right.
notoriety as a poet, like, where is there to go?
That's a good question. I really don't know. I guess it's just putting your art out there. It's kind of like being a photographer, kind of like being a painter. You got to put your art out there. You always got to be cutting edge, have something different to say, different way of saying it, and make people aware that there's poetry in everything. There's poetry in comedy, in hip hop. Everything you do, there's poetry. So there's always room for it. So I always try to squeeze in wherever I can.
Take,
Have you ever
no,
thought about-
my Angelou is very.
Alright, hold on.
Sexy?
Have you ever thought about writing a book with a particular theme to it as a poem, as poetry?
Well, what my poetry book is a little bit different than a regular just book of poems. It's actually my autobiography. So what I do is I give you a synopsis of like what happened.
Shout
at
out the
that
big
moment.
words that niggas really don't know what
I
it
was,
means.
I was acting like I knew.
What? Which word? Which word?
Synopsis.
Synopsis. So like I just give you a snapshot of a moment in my life that kind of triggered that poem, and so I go. It flows from the event into the poem, and the whole book is like that. So it's kind of like an autobiography through poem.
It's creative.
So
Don't you steal her shit, other poets. But look at me.
Very good idea.
Don't you steal her shit. You heard her say it here first, that's what she was doing. Don't you steal her shit, you thieving motherfucker.
So do you consider yourself a particular kind of poet, or do you have are you feel like you're universal or?
I'm pretty universal. Recently, I've been typecasted as a freaky deaky poet.
Oh yeah.
Just because, you know, I like to talk about erotic things, but I like to make it tasteful.
Shouts out to the erotic poetry.
Throw that up
Today.
Damn.
Today. Yes.
Is
That's
today
okay.
or tomorrow?
It's
Well,
today.
thanks for fucking up. Because by the time they watch it, it will be Sunday.
Oh my God! Shut the
True,
fuck up.
true.
Shouts out to fucking it up.
Shouts out to the smartest person that's supposed to be on the panel.
Don't say. You ain't playing what you
Fucking
think.
black motherfucker.
Damn!
You meant that shit.
Shout out to the
Black
nigga who
ass.
knew all the
Go
history.
call your ass back to the goddamn grill, nigga.
He just got no talking about slavery. He called you a black motherfucker.
Told you I'm licorice blackberry.
Soy
I'll
sauce.
never call a nigga that.
I'm just saying my flavor.
They gonna flunk with his licorice blackberry ass.
Nigga, the same color of his
But yeah, shouts out to Roddy Portrait on
Today, get your
Today,
tickets.
today.
Get your tickets.
Got mine.
So, like I said,
Mhm.
when you get done with the book,
Yeah.
are you gonna publish it nationally, locally? Like, what you got? What you got going on in 2010?
I want to start locally because I know I have a good support basis. People who influence me, people that I influence.
How much is it gonna be?
I don't even know. Depends on how much each book is. But
Put me in the books for 2.
okay.
You heard it here. I want 2. I ain't gonna read them, but I'm gonna buy them.
Okay. All
I'll
right.
read
That
it.
sounds
Keep
good.
it.
You'll read them.
I'm gonna read them.
I might need more than 2.
He gonna beat off.
You gonna read them when you by yourself? When you alone in your room, you
Just
just stare at the
book
walls.
beating off.
That's what nigga. Why would you put my business out like that?
What you gonna sit around thinking about it beating off? Ugh.
You see what you start when you come up here?
I just want to hear some poetry.
Well,
Wait till today.
they talk about you being typecasted as
Yeah.
as
And
being erotic,
Right.
aka nasty.
Nasty.
Um,
Right.
Triple X.
Funk, you had a request for some poetry.
Yeah, but she can do what she want to do because I know she'll choose this right.
She will follow her heart.
I'm pretty sure that she'll take care of
Yeah,
it.
make
What
my
are
soul
you, your freaky dick poems, what are you basing this off of? Because, you know, we usually ask this question to everybody that comes here.
Right.
Are you single? Are you in a relationship? Do you have something to base your poetry off of?
Yeah, I'm in a relationship, but what I like to do, like, I'm a very sexual person. Everybody's a sexual person. But instead of just being very, like, tacky, like, he put his dick in my pussy and
Whoa.
I wrote it and yes, and it's, you know, everybody hears that shit, sees that shit. People become immune to pornos. They don't think outside the box anymore.
That's right.
So, like, that stool right there is sexual. That's a sexual object. So you can talk about that
What stool you talking
stool.
about?
That stool right there. You could talk about that stool and make it something sexual. You know what I mean? You can.
I'm just trying to figure out how you will put that.
That's the
I can't-
creativeness.
Well, go get it and
It's
show up.
It's the creativeness
I see it.
behind
I
it.
see what you're talking about.
It's a phallic object. How many pussies sit on that stool every single day?
A lot.
You know what I mean?
Definitely
Like,
a lot of juices.
you gotta think. Like, you gotta think outside the
I'm never
box.
sitting on that stool.
You know what I mean?
Fuck
So.
that stool. Shouts out the shit that need to be burned.
Like I'm seeing a lot of shit just looking at the stool my damn self. I understand what you're talking about.
Right. Right.
Freak.
Word up.
Go bite it, yeah.
So just everyday things influence my writing.